You know, this whole thing with Windows recently has really made me sit here and be like, Linux, I really hope they pick up the ball, because it's showing more and more that we need another option for a major operating system. When you have competition in the field, there's only ever good things that can come from it. Innovation, better qualities, better deals, all that can come from two companies competing head on, especially when they're on equal playing fields. You see that now with GPUs a little bit. I mean, if Intel ever gets off their ass and actually makes a good GPU, well, the ARC's pretty good. If they keep up with what they're doing with the ARC, then there'll be three competitors in that field, and I think that that's a good thing for the GPU industry. However, when it comes to operating systems, it's Windows. That's literally it. And I know what you're about to say, like, oh, Linux is so much better, use Ubuntu, use Mint. Like, I get it. The distros now are worlds better than they were even a couple years ago in terms of being more friendly to users, new users, and having more integration. The problem is, they're not there. They're not. And I know they are worlds better, and I know it's way easier. The problem is, I think a lot of you overestimate how much a lot of the end users are willing to do to get something to work. So while yes, nowadays, you don't gotta spend 4 hours setting up the first distro you start to be able to just go on the internet, but any amount of hassle beyond initial setup and say like whatever a Windows is or an Xbox or a PlayStation, people will not do it. They won't. And that it's unfortunate, but it's true. Like, this one might be good at loading Steam. It has a good Steam app. This one has a really good interface. It's a lot closer to Windows. Like, the great thing about Linux is its customization. The worst thing about Linux is its customization, because the amount of people that are so used to having a plug and play right out the box Windows operating system, because that's all they've ever used, going from that to now having to look at which distro is best on Linux, which of these will be able to run this. And we're not even getting into the compatibility with certain things. I know for a fact that there are plenty of good Steam games now that have Linux compatibility. I also know for a fact there's a lot of them that don't. God forbid you also try to run other launchers out of Linux. Jesus. For example, my girlfriend's really good with tech. She uses her PC a lot to do a lot of Adobe work, a lot of Photoshop, a lot of video editing. She does not know the inner workings of a PC. She doesn't know how to build one. She also doesn't really understand a lot of the settings. She's willing to learn. I helped her understand a lot of it, but that's different. That's someone who wants to learn it. A lot of these people who get a PC, they just want it to work and then they're done. Which is dumb, because you're not willing to learn how to upkeep your own system is another conversation in and of itself. But it's the majority of the people who use it. That's what you're dealing with when people say you need to use Linux. Brother, they wouldn't even know how to put that on a boot drive. You lost them at step one. One of these days, it's going to be that year of the Linux. I swear you it will be. And then that day will be glorious. Unfortunately, it is not this day.